The inspiration for live, I guess, began when I used to do the live streams myself. And for me, there was always a level of anxiety. How many people am I going to get in? Will it be a friendly live stream, free of trolls? And will it be something that I enjoy? I was not in this live stream with Mark. I missed it. It was late at night, and I think I was already asleep when this live stream happened. And I guess what I wanted to project and for people to see is a certain level of muted anxiety when you're trying to do this live stream and it's kind of going well, and it might not be going so well, but you have to act the same way regardless. In this particular live stream, Mark did not really have anybody in there for most of the time. When you see him talking, he's just kind of speaking out into the ether. He's talking about like, well, if I get people in here, that would be great. People coming by. He's checking the messages to see if anyone stopped by. And it was this level of anxiety that I saw in him that was like a mirror image for me. And that is why what I took and I said, I want to make this into a video. It was already a video. I didn't need to make a video of a video, but I knew that if I wanted to project this myself, I could not do it as naturally as someone who was doing it already. The filter that I chose, where he looks almost otherworldly or ghostly, was very deliberately chosen. I chose it because I wanted for people to see not only the transparency that you feel like you have when you're a host. You're just kind of sitting there. It's almost like being in a fishbowl, and people are coming to look, sometimes coming to lurk, and just also this idea of being only partially seen or very slightly seen. I wanted to project that as well. So that is why I chose this filter for this film, to show the way in which we are in life. We are only partially seen, and we're partially almost ghostly. You can see here that Mark is talking every once in a while, and he's kind of looking around. He's adjusting his seat. He's having a drink. There's a certain level of angst to this video that I wanted to project, that I seem to project in a lot of my videos, is angst. My video Agoraphobia very much shows that kind of angst. This is my first time working with this particular filter, and I'm sure it won't be my last. Because I like the way in which the subject is hardly seen. At any given time, sometimes, like part of Mark's head won't be visible. and he has to turn to be seen. It's not easy being a host of a live stream. I don't know if you've ever done it before, but if you do, then you know. It's a very difficult thing. You want to keep people entertained, you want to keep people engaged, you want to keep people in your room, basically. You don't want don't want a situation where nobody's in there. Or maybe somebody's in there but they're not saying anything. They're just kind of looking around. And I've seen Mark's videos before, and often he seems almost stoic in them. But in this video, he's trying to engage with an audience that either isn't there or comes in there very briefly. And every once in a while, he will say, you know, if you come in, thank you for supporting the stream. But it can be a very frustrating thing not having anybody in there. And I didn't really see that look of frustration on Mark's face. I didn't see it there. And I found that interesting as well. Like, where was that frustration? I made this film the length that I did on purpose. I wanted to create a film that was where the person who watched it, the viewer, could feel the sense of, when is this going to end? You know, I almost wanted to do that. Just, when is this going to end? Because, you know, either I'm uncomfortable or I don't know what to do right now. And that is the feeling that you get when you're a host of a live stream when there aren't participants in there. What do I do now? So this is truly an interesting film for me to have made, because it was like a found art piece. It was like a found work. I did not film this. I thought of filming this myself and using myself as a subject, but I could not have come up with anything as natural as Mark actually being in that moment, actually being in those circumstances where he has to keep going. Well, he doesn't have to keep going. I mean, at any point he can shut off the film. At any point he could do that. But he decides to keep going. And I think the whole live stream was 27 minutes long, if I'm not mistaken. I showed you not the first 12 minutes. I cut out certain parts just to give you an idea of the span of the live stream without showing you the entire thing. And there are times when the camera freezes. I did not do that. This is not for artistic merit or anything. but I kind of like it, and I kept it in there. It's like, being frozen in time, or this idea of the pixelation of his face, that all of a sudden he's just part of the scenery and then he comes back. I don't think this would have worked as well in color. I thought of leaving it in color. I thought of leaving it in the filter that was in there. But that filter wasn't conducive to telling this story. This story for me had to be told. For the longest time after my live streams, people would ask, why don't you go back to doing live streams? And I have thought about it. I might still go back, but it won't be every single day and it won't be at a certain time. It'll be more like this. Like you see Mark just sitting there and hoping someone will come in, that someone will join him in the live stream. It's a sense of hope, too, that has such a human quality to it. Because don't we all hope that in life someone will join us and someone will take the time to see us for who we are and walk this road with us called life. So for me, this was a very deep film. And I hope sincerely that you've enjoyed watching this.